Hi Libra. Alright, welcome to this space. If you're new, my name's Raaji, and this space is called Opal Oracle. If you're returning, of course, welcome back. Welcome back. Alright, Libra. I know this time seems different, right? It's a little bit different. Or don't worry about it too much. So I have this little book I read every morning. My uncle sent it to me. I love him. And this is one of the sentences in here, and I actually feel like this whole passage for today is actually very Libra. But this sentence: transformation happens whenever we open ourselves to see another's experience, looking beyond our own vision and encountering another person's pain, fear, or hopes. And I do feel as if some people in your life are going through some really hard things, but because you're you, and these kinds of things come natural to you, and we actually talk about it quite a bit. It's one of your biggest lessons, right? Other people and how they're handled, interacted with, and what can be learned from them, right? I do feel as if there are some bigger changes this time frame in your relationships with other people. So I heard, please be as kind as possible. Just a minute. Let's open your cards, right? Libra. Wow. Well, I feel like you're worried about something. Just a minute. Okay, remember what we just said? It's like putting yourself in another person's shoes, sitting across from yourself, right? Really, wherever it's cold, it's going to get warmer, okay? I feel as if there could be a lot of distraction around you, so maybe this is one of those tests where you can, what did it say? I just saw the word difficult people. Transformation happens when we open ourselves to see another's example, look beyond our own vision, and encounter another person's pain, fear, or hopes, right? See, this is talking about seeing it, which I see as Sagittarius, right? It means I'd be like, oh, someone's like, hey, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's, I understand, right? You can understand it, but that does not mean get involved in it, because you'll spiral this month and not be as grounded as you want to be. Okay? Let me see here. You're okay. This is in Taurus season. You're like you're the older brother to Taurus, right? both of you, so very giving. So let me try to focus in here. Okay, so something didn't go the way that you wanted, but it actually ended up really good. Okay, it ends up really good. If this hasn't happened yet, it's like something may not end up the way that you maybe anticipated, but it ends up really good. Okay, like it feels good in your heart. I do sense that there's some sort of like Pluto lesson or Scorpio, Capricorn kind of lesson. More Scorpio than anything. So I see, please don't let the confusion of others interrupt with your own ability to focus. Because your own balance helps the world be at balance, right? It helps a lot. A lot. So be aware of that responsibility, and this can only be done independently, right? Then you have the layer of being balanced with other people, and so it feels that way to you. Will it feel that way to others? Maybe. Maybe not. But that shouldn't throw off yours. Do you know what I'm saying? Or try not to let that happen, because well, I heard the cards here show me that you know better about something. And if there's anywhere that you cannot sympathize for some reason, maybe it's because someone didn't really say they're sorry, or someone doesn't understand what you understand. And then I saw the word resentment. So be aware of that. Like, things add up at the bottom. You know what I mean? So I heard keep sweeping. Sweeping is a regular process, right? You got to do it more frequently than not. It must be done more frequently than not, because well, I heard you know how things work. Okay. Be happy that you have the options that you have. Okay? Be grateful for that. Like, for instance, I keep seeing someone being like, I don't know what to pick, or I don't know what to do. And that being the focus, but then you gotta like shift it and see it from a different way, right? This is how you create that transformation in yourself. You see it from a different way, and you're like, all right, well, actually, I have a lot of options right now. Maybe that's the point. Or maybe you want to just go over your options to kind of give you some sort of different perspective, right? Yes, I see going over them, very helpful. Your heart will thank you later. Scorpio, just thanking you to do that. I do feel as if there is a conversation that you have already had with other people that you've already had, Libra, and you don't need to have it again. Like any big conversations, I heard where the foundation is the same. And, you know, I already recorded your other reading, another reading for this month, but it didn't feel right. It kept feeling like Pisces season was just lingering in, and no offense to Pisces energy, but it doesn't feel solid, you know what I mean? And maybe that's a part of it right now, is there's something, like, although you have faith and positivity and love here, there's still something that's like, I feel like there's still something that's a little bit funky, but this has more to do with other people than it does to do with yourself. And so, how are you dealing with that? Because the thing is again, your other reading talked a lot about how you already made a decision and you were ready for something. You've been readying yourself for something, but you didn't quite feel ready, mostly because for some reason or another to move to the next step or whatever that conclusion or decision would be, to become a physical thing, because you didn't feel deserving of something, and there's something, you didn't feel like you're strong enough to do yet again to move to the next space, but I need you to know that you are. Okay. And remember, not everything works out the way that we thought it would work out. The parents we have, the children we have, the lovers we have, the cars we have, whatever. Like, things don't always pan out the way that I guess we thought it might, Scorpio, right? So I say be joyful and grateful for your position now. And if you're lacking some energy, I feel like it's a little bit of a slower build. So this is why you also want to watch your energy, because I feel like you don't have a lot of energy to expend. And if you expend too much on other people for some reason, it's gonna, I heard it'll kind of fuck you up a little bit. Like it'll, again, it's not like you're gonna lose anything, but it's gonna be harder for you to take the next step, which you need the bravery to do anyhow, right? Because you've already completed some sort of cycle with a situation or a person, place, or thing, right? There's like a full, you've already had the conversation again, and you've even already untangled yourself, like what I heard, psychically or spiritually, but it's emotionally and physically is still, the feminine part is still kind of attached. Taurus is again, we're in Taurus season. Taurus very much is the other side of, I heard, the other side of that love, right? But whatever this untangling or detaching or cycle completion that we're talking about, because there's so much Scorpio here, it's more psychological, but there are certain physical things that kind of need to change. It could just be the amount of energy you expend with, like, how you spend it with others. It doesn't mean that other, for instance, disappears, right? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I guess if you're here, you've probably been doing a lot of work, right? We don't talk about surface things here. We don't talk about candy-coated stuff. It's a little, the messages that come out here can be intense, and it's strong medicine, right? So you need to remember that there's progression in yourself, but it does not mean that everyone else around you is going to be at the same level. And there's nothing wrong with wherever that's at. And you cannot protect everybody. Okay? Interesting energy. Like I heard everybody has to walk their own path, learn how to fly. And I know you're so sensitive, right? Just a minute. I actually tell this to Taurus a lot, and same message for you. As gentle as you are, that is how strong you are, Libra. You're exalted in Saturn. You're very strong. probably stronger than most people, including yourself probably the most, give yourself credit for. What you can handle. Do you know what I mean? What you've had to handle. What you have overcome. And I see here that you have worked through something great, and there is something in the way you energetically work with other people, like address your challenges. And I heard especially in, well, let me back up. Addressing your challenges in a way through a more grounded way. You know what I mean? But you are still a bit uncertain. I feel like there's still some uncertainty in relation to whether you have worked hard enough to go to the next step or not. So I guess, where are you shy? And how do you let go of control? Okay. I heard all the answers are in front of you. All the answers are in front of you. Through your family, through your friends, through your lover, through the birds in the sky, the clouds. It's all telling you something. You get to choose and decide how that's relevant to you. And I heard what you would like to do with it. And the thing is about being ready sometimes, you know, usually when the greatest blessing is about to come is when we don't feel ready, when we don't feel like everything's just right, but we keep going anyway because we have faith in our hearts. Do you know what I'm saying? And you know that the work that you have been doing, particularly, say, on yourself to fix the parts of you that you know were broken. Do you know what I'm saying? Taking up that responsibility and integrity to handle those kinds of things. It's not, you can't do it to get the reward, but if you're doing that because that is something that is pure to you, well, then you really don't have anything to worry about. Because remember, Saturn is to me, Saturn is a friend of yours. So, I mean, you have harsher lessons in the beginning, earlier in life, but it really does become something beautiful from both sides. Regardless of which way things are leaning, it's comfortable. Okay? Yes, I need you to think about what we just said. Interesting. Just a minute, please. Libra. Maybe that's the end of it. That's good. We'll close in 20 minutes. That's a nice time. That's plenty. Well, I love you, Libra, so much. I do hope you enjoy this Venusian time or whenever you arrive in this space. Please try to see or, again, understand actually, it's more of an understanding other people's pain, again, feelings, whatever they are, because when you're standing understanding something, your feet are on the ground and someone else is floating, right? It could be a cool idea, it could be their pain, right? Whatever it is, it's kind of here. So when you're encountering it or understanding it, remember that it is not your own. It is not your job to fix. That is not whatever that is. You want to love that. You want to support that. You want to empathize with that. Yes, please, fine. And remember that there is some reflection there of your own frustration or pain to be addressed. But it's not. Sometimes things aren't so literal. So remember, you have your own achievements that need to be rewarded or empathized or loved as well. That's how you find the common ground, the solid ground, to be able to feel good, to move forward. Okay? There could also be a choice in July, but I see, don't push anything. And yeah. Thank you. Any of you are still here, thank you for your time. I do hope this was of service. I know not everyone is where summer is, but I can't wait till summer comes. I want it to be hot, you know, warm, and it's interesting. It feels it's cooler this year than it was last year. It's a little more chill, right? Which isn't a bad thing. But I guess just, you know, we think every year, right? Every season, every month, the zodiac sign, it's going to be a certain thing. But there's always little differences within each of those situations, and particularly every season, month, year, right, is always a little bit different. So what would you like to create this year for yourself, with God, and how is that with other people? But I feel like the other people should be on the other side. Again, I need to emphasize, you can understand them, right? And I'll tell you the verse, actually, if you want to look it up. It's Philippians, how does it go? Chapter 2, verse 1 through 5. Maybe that'll help you, okay? I hope I said that right. Thank you for your time, Libra. Happy spring or happy autumn, depending on where you are. I hope you're looking forward to the future in a loving way. Your effort really is appreciated. Any of you also have gone over to Patreon, thank you. The whiteboard, I've been doing a lot of more astrology lessons, which I've been liking a lot because I get a whiteboard. If you've already been over there, then you know. I think they're really fun. I definitely approach it in a little different of a way, but it's okay. It ends up making it, well, fun. And anyway, if you've already been over there, thank you so very much. And if you'd like to check it out, there's a link in the box below. Of course, either way, thank you for wanting to learn and grow. Remember that you are strong, Libra. Okay? And I feel like the yellow, look what just happened. Can you see all the yellow? It's that your solar plex, right? This is your chi. Maybe you want to give that some energy, right? Make some energy there, and you know, bring it up and down. Move that around, and see what you can do with what you have. Okay, because you know, when you're stuck, Taurus is really, really stuck, and Taurus needs your open-mindedness and more airy perspective sometimes to think about things differently. So yeah, please take care.